All right, welcome back to the Property Power Couple with Colton and Haley, providing comfort and confidence to your real estate experience.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, all thanks.
Yes.
Just another day in paradise.
It's a cold day.
Well, yeah.
It's not in paradise.
It's frigid.
It's more than that.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
When I'm having to wear a sweater and a large jacket, and then I
I
get
have
to the
3 other
office,
layers over there.
It's really funny watching you get dressed because it's like, I said, oh, nope, there's another layer. Oh, there's another one.
Talk all
Oh,
the snacky one. I prefer to be warm. And so our friends in like Ben from Michigan,
Yeah.
so obviously there's been snowing there for all year.
Oh, yeah.
And so he was sending me some teasing, like with my scarf yesterday, and I was all bundled up, and he's like, "Can we just laugh at you?"
Yeah. Well, he's out there. He's like, this is barbecue weather.
Oh yeah, he's prepared. He's like, "Oh, there's not even snow on the ground. You can do whatever you want."
That's crazy.
But
I was just not built. I just wasn't built for it.
No, we picked Texas.
Well, I see my Uncle Larry sending videos of him out there shoveling snow.
Oh my god, it's like up to his thigh.
Yeah, like that was a life decision that was made. Like,
yes, we didn't pick that one.
This life.
We didn't pick that one.
I chose 110 in the summer.
Yeah, which is hot, but I wasn't made for the cold.
Yeah, no,
I was not made for the cold.
I'm not here for it.
No, but it's 2025.
Hell yes.
Yes, we made it. We're gonna thrive in 25.
Thriving in 25.
We're gonna be ready. So that means that we just ripped off all the holidays.
Yeah, that was a fun time, but also weird with it in the middle of the week.
Yeah, it was strange.
It really jacked up our sleeping schedule.
Yes, it very much jacked up
I
our
don't think
sleeping
that's
schedule.
recovered yet. I wish it would, but and then now we've got more disruptions headed our way. So
yes, but it was good. It was very chill. Everyone was here locally, so we didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah,
and so that was really good. And we, had like 2 days with your family, 2 days with my family, did all that kind of stuff. Kinley, all she wanted for Christmas was a bunch of craft things.
Yeah,
and
that was actually one of the highlights of my Christmas experience for 24.
What?
Was walking into Michael's and feeling like I was a child again. It's like, I want those beads. She needs those rubber bands.
You did go
Why can't she
hard.
have that easel? We need to get her an easel.
She needs all these things. I was the one. So we took Colton with me to go Christmas shopping. And we went in person versus ordering everything online, so we could stick to our budgets.
It's a new experience.
And I really thought that you were going to be like telling me,
whoa,
calm down, hold up, like you need to stick to the budget, you need to stay on course, you need to do all this stuff. And instead, it was a little bit more like, they just need 7 of those.
Yeah. Why?
We can get 4 more later, it doesn't need 7. And so we did stick to our budget, we did really good. Yeah. But I was surprised that you were the one I had to rein in instead of the other way around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that was a lot of fun. Watching her then, y'all over there doing crafts was also kind of funny because I just remember there's a few things that people tell you as you're getting prepared to have a child, and then you go through these different phases. There's like warning signs, like, hey, just watch out for this, it's coming. And when your dad told me that you just needed to get over the fact that glitter was going to be on all of your clothes and all over your house for the first like 2.5, 3 years of her life. I didn't really. It wasn't
that bad. It's maybe a little bit on the clothes or something, but not that bad. Yeah.
Mom, somebody gives her a sparkly dress or something, and it gets on you. Okay. But the craft season of life is a very sparkly one.
Well, yeah.
And that stuff is everywhere.
Yes, it's
like cat hair. You can't get it out. Well, I know, but I think people understand, like animal hair. It doesn't matter how much you vacuum, how big of a lint roller you have, you can't get it out. It's just everywhere.
But it's pretty.
Well, for girls, yeah.
It's pretty.
A grown man with glitter in his beard, it's not really my vibe.
Girl bad.
Well,
there is no question. You are. Yes. But we did do a lot of crafts, and it was really fun. And she loved them all. And she's been watching this YouTube channel of craft stuff, and now we have to go do all those. But it's been really good.
What was the sign you made? Kinley's Caboodle.
Yeah, she wanted me to make her a sign for her YouTube station, which she does not have, but she likes to pretend like she has one. So she's always like, "Welcome back to my channel," and it's like I made her a little sign that's Kinley's channel and everything. But it's really fun. So that was cool. We did a lot of crafts. It was weird being in the middle of the week because like it just threw everything off. Like, are we supposed to be working? Is everyone else working? Like, what's going on? But this week we got back into routine, and luckily because we have family that's all right here, we were able. Like Kinley was able to go have more extra time with family members, and we were able to get back into work a little bit. So that was really good.
Yeah.
But getting back into our routine, that's been hard. Yeah,
it really has been. Early mornings are always a little difficult, but it makes it more difficult when it's, say, 20 degrees outside.
Yeah, my bed is very warm. Our bed is very cozy. And then you're like, hey, it's 5:30. It's time to wake up.
It's time to go.
I'm like, no, it's not.
The worst part is that the weights are all metal. You know, the barbell, it's metal. So you go out there, and even with the heater turned on, you go to grab it, and it's like you're holding a block of ice. I could feel it. Like at some point, I wasn't sure if my hands were numb or if the bar had actually warmed up, and I think it's probably
both.
Probably no, I think it was just numb.
It was just so you've done better than I have. You've gotten back into the morning routine better because before the holidays we were doing really good.
Yeah.
At our 5:30, almost. I was doing 3 or 4 days a week. You were at 5. Like that was really good. And that's something we were striving for, to wake up that early, get things rolling. The mornings were easier with Kinley when we're doing that.
Yeah.
Our day was better. We already could take care of some of those push-off projects like we've talked about that weren't getting done. Well, then here come the holidays, and here come all these disruptors to our routine in their life, and now it's like, how to get back into that.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I was listening to this thing about habits and how easy it is to make a bad habit and how hard it is to readjust back to your good habits. The example was like, eating a bowl of ice cream every night. Like, it's the holidays, I can have a little treat before I go to bed. And then it's like, this has to stop before I gain all that weight back that I finally got rid of last year working towards my goals. And so, kind of get back into that. And so I'm working on the mornings. It is hard. Y'all know I like my sleep a lot, but we're getting there. But also like Kinley back in her routine.
Yeah.
You could really tell over the holidays how much she didn't, like, she thought she was staying up late a ton because we were letting her stay up until like 9:15 instead of 8:30. And so, but she's a good sleeper, so she slept in quite a bit, and we got to do some fun stuff. But yeah, that morning routine is kicking my butt right now.
Well, it also highlights for me that you really do, like, that whole idea of the habit forming. You really do have to schedule the stuff that isn't easy to do, because you're gonna find a million reasons not to do it.
Every time.
Yeah.
It's very easy to not wake up at 5:30. Like, it's cold.
Well, it's also really easy to get lost in your email and not making phone calls.
It is.
If you're not having conversations, what are you doing?
Yeah, if you're not scheduling the time to make sure that's done and sticking to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's vital. And those routines are great. And if you can set one and really stick to it, eventually you get weirded out when you find yourself in the holidays and you're like, why am I not waking up? I'm like, do I have a problem?
Yeah, and you were a little crabby whenever you were like, I just need to go back to work.
Yeah, just give me a routine. I hated it when I was younger, but I am lost without a structure at this point.
Yeah, but talking about habits a little bit more. So this last year, I read 41 books.
Right.
Closer than that. But I did. And I realized it did not even include all the audiobooks or anything like that were the business book club.
That's such crap too, though, because we sat down that day and I said, listen, I think we're watching too much TV. We need to switch it up a little bit, throw some books in there. And you were like, okay, I get on, I'll do that. And then I look over, and it was like overnight. There's 15 books next to you that you've already read, and I'm on book 2.
Buy them.
And I'm going, what? How? It's insane.
Well, it took a long time to get to that habit, though. Like, at first, so that was like 2 years ago. We started talking about like not watching as much TV, getting out of screens. It was like Marchish. I just remember that because it was like around that time frame. And then the first year, like, getting into actually like reading, because that was never my thing. I never wanted I never finished the book in high school. Like, I just told the teacher I did.
You're not supposed to tell people.
I hope they're not listening. But that was me. I never really did any of that. I always said I wasn't a good reader.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I want to get away from the screens. I know we've talked about that, but that first time of doing it, it was hard, and it was like, okay, I I need to be quiet. I need Kinley to already be asleep or not be here. Like, don't talk to me. I need to be able to focus. And I'm like, okay.
Candles in the lights.
Yes, I need to set the mood, all of that kind of stuff. And it was like, okay, we got there. It started to become a habit. I finished the first book, immediately started reading the second one, so I didn't get out of the daily habit of reading. And then over time, and I mean, it took almost a year before it was to the point where I could read whether Kinley was talking or the TV was on or she's dancing around, like her iPad's playing some music and she's dancing and I'm over there reading and I can still engage in what she's saying and still, sorry microphone, and still read my book. I just laughed at it too. But it took a little bit of time to get there. And now, because we were going to meme all the other day about that and how now, since it's become a habit, now it's a skill. Yeah. And now it's a skill that continues to improve, and reading faster, more often, more distractions doesn't bother me, because I'm like, how are these people sitting in a park reading a book? Yeah. Like, how on earth can you do that? Like, there's all these distractions, all this stuff around you, like birds. Yeah, the air. Like, how are you doing any of this? And now I'm like, oh, it's because it's not just a habit for them; it's a skill that they developed, and over time, we've gotten there. So that's why I got to the 41. My goal is 24, so I was very proud of that. Yeah. And now the goal for this next year is just 36. Like, I know that's not a higher number. Yeah. But if I'm reading 3 books a month, that's really good. And a big chunk of those came over the holidays and stuff because we were at home more, and so I was able to read some more. So it wasn't necessarily that I was reading that many every month. Yeah. But I still got
it's gonna ebb and flow.
Yeah. It was average out 30 pages a day, I think, when we did that. Yeah. And so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I didn't even include my business ones.
Oh, you didn't?
Mm-mm. Oh. I realized I didn't put them in Goodreads. Oh, wow. So they weren't even in there.
Well, you probably don't want to mess up your algorithm with...
No, I need it to send me all my rom-coms and all my things like that. Yeah. Yeah, don't make fun of me. But anyway, so that was fun. But we have something goal, and then the other day, we're sitting at home, and we're watching some kind of movie, and then I look over, and Colton now has his book out. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of competitiveness has come back out.
If I have to read after you go to bed, you're not going to beat me this year. So if 36 is I hadn't heard that number yet, but if 36 is the number, then...
I think 36 is a really good number.
On.
Okay, except the other day you told me, don't read while I go put Kinley to bed.
Yeah, because you're picking your spots.
Don't read a lot of time.
Yeah, until I'm tied up somewhere. Then you're getting all your pages in.
Or you're scrolling and I'm reading.
Don't tell people that. The doom scrolling is a terrible habit.
I know. Now I've put my phone over there. I've lost my phone more in the last couple of months than I have ever. Yeah. Because it keeps bringing it to me. Mom, your phone was in the playroom. Mom.
I get lost in X, and it's just there's so many rabbit holes. And it's bad.
That's not fun. But anyways, about the habits and the skills and all that kind of stuff. It takes a lot of time to get there. Yeah. And it's not just gonna happen overnight. But you waking up early, getting out in the gym already twice this week. Yeah. Even though it's literally 20 degrees in the morning and the weights are frozen, that's what's going to set you apart in the long run. So now we got to focus on bringing those skills into the real estate world too, and making sure that we're doing our daily push-ups, our calls, our notes, making those connections, making sure we're on there, making sure we're available, all that kind of stuff. I was also listening to this podcast one with James and Keith, and they were interviewing the Walgreens CEO guy.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was good.
It was really good. Y'all should all go listen to it. We'll have Christian throw the link in there. But he was talking about how Amazon wants to start doing pharmaceutical, whatever.
Prescriptions.
Thank you. That's a better way to put it. And how I'm not going to quote him. However, he was basically bring it on, because all that's going to do is make me better. Right. And I was like, whoa, when you
it's an interesting
that's intense. You're not scared of Amazon? Amazon is everywhere. And then, because it's a real estate based podcast, I started talking about how those two things can kind of form together, and how we have a lot of Amazon competition. We have Zillow, we have all of these things online where, it's you can click the button right here. You can get your mortgage with us. You can get your insurance with us. You can get your home with us. You don't ever have to talk to a human. We can do the whole thing virtually. And it's well, hold on. Luckily, some of the changes that have happened are helping with that. But it is a scary thought, and it's not a new thought. This has been something that the real estate industry has been talking about forever.
Yeah.
And what Walgreens CEO was saying was that, no, when you're going in to get this medication for something that has happened to you, right? Maybe it is a serious illness or even just like a sinus infection, whatever it is, you needed a prescription to get better.
Yeah.
And instead of just saying, yeah, whenever that one looks good, send it to me, they said it was fine.
Right.
You go into the pharmacy and you talk to somebody and make sure you understand what that medication is that you're about to take.
The amount, when we first started talking about this, the amount of times, literally every time, that I go in to pick up a prescription for anything, I say, when I'm talking to the guy or the pharmacist, I say, okay, hey, we're also taking Zyrtec in the morning, Flonase, we take this at this time, we do this supplement.
Yeah, we're doing this supplement, we're doing
is
that.
Is there anything that I shouldn't be doing when I take this medication? Because you just don't know.
Or they just say like, hey, it doesn't necessarily say that you have to take it with food, but we know that you will feel better if you just go ahead and eat it with food. Or really don't do it. Like, don't think it's okay. Like, it's going to upset. I mean, that's value. That is high value. And when you start relating that back to real estate, the numbers showed it. This last year, over 80% of transactions had an agent.
Yeah.
That's like a record high.
Yeah.
And so even in a world and an environment where it's all at your fingertips, where it's right there, where I can just order it on Amazon, you want to make sure that somebody's looking out for you also. It's a big deal.
You're not just another number on a list of transactions that are currently happening.
Exactly. And so, you know, I thought that was a really great comparison that, you know, we are here. We are the human factor of buying your house. We are humans over houses. We put our clients first.
Right.
We put their needs first. We put their experience first. It's not just walking into the contract, which is overwhelming. It's also, well, what do you really need? Like, if that seller really needs that $500, like, is that going to make or break you? Like, is that worth not having a pool anymore?
Right.
Or what is the thing? And so being able to provide that, and I just think it's great to see that that human factor in other industries too is being gravitated towards, and we're going to continue to be that.
Well, and even when you look at property management, the owners that I talk with that we aren't working with yet, that we're interviewing to bring on and trying to come use our services, that's one of the major concerns that they have, is that they don't want to call the number, press one for the manager, sit on hold for 30 minutes, and then go to another automated system and then be told that they need to leave a message and somebody will get back to them. That when they call the number, we answer, or we're back within a couple hours.
Yeah.
And because it's a huge investment, they're giving it over to somebody that they don't know that well. Then that person's going to find a stranger to live in there. And then they're giving you all this trust, and to not be able to reach out and grab them and say, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on here? It's a huge deal. And I think that human factor really plays a part in our value add to the process. Yeah. Because you can run a background check, you can do these things, but if you're not taking care of the people from a human aspect, what are you doing?
Right. You know? I think we're pretty good humans.
I think we're great.
I think we're pretty good humans, and I think that
most people would agree.
I think everyone agrees, right? But I think that our clients can really feel that. Like sometimes we get those reviews back from them, which we love reading those. I like getting teary-eyed because they're like, they took care of us. Yeah. Like we were family, or like this or like that. And so I think that that's a really big part of it. I think it's a really big deal that we think about that and take that into consideration on everything that we do. Yeah. That we are the human for them in this transaction. Right. We are their human advocate. I mean, we're here to make sure that they get taken care of, that they get everything under control, and that, we don't lose that touch, or we don't get too wrapped up in, I can have AI do that. Yeah. Which automation's great. You gotta have it. There's a ton of amazing things. And you gotta pick your spots though. Because you can't just automate yourself out of it. And are you using it to improve your system so you can be a better human to humans? Well, yeah. I mean, think about just the other day, yesterday actually, we were talking about renewals and being able to automate not only just the email that goes out that says, hey, you're coming up for renewal, do you want to, but also to be able to reach out, make the touch, and then have it trigger back so that you're having a conversation with them. Exactly.
You're reaching out. You're saying, hey, how's life? What's going on? Do you want to stay here? Do you want to move on? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
It's a great tool, but it doesn't replace.
Yeah, the automation helps you do your job better. Exactly. It's not replacing you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's all we got today.
Yeah. Thanks for coming by. Property Power Couple. Check us out on all our socials, btrgpm.com, nexthomeonmain.com, Property Power Couple, YouTube.
Everywhere. Thanks.